You are entering the cosmos.
Hello, cadets. This is General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired. This is General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. It's Halloween weekend this weekend, so I thought it would be apropos to actually do Halloween for this particular show. And we're going to do a Friday the 13th Jason Live show on Thursday, so we hope you tune in for that. Let me bring up my able-bodied assistant, Major Millie Hazzard. There she is.
Hello, General. How are you doing? Yes, I'm in the laboratory and I'm wearing my lab coat. I have real degrees. Some of the phenomena that you're seeing, I wanted the cadets to see this. This is phenomena having to do with certain energies and vibrations that we are studying currently that would affect certain ways that we could deal with big monsters. So this is very important. I've got clearance to talk about this. What you're seeing right now is partial teleportation. And there's some laser technology, and it's a beautiful thing, everybody. So I just want everyone to feel better because we are your last defense against the big monsters. But as you can see, I'm here at the office working very hard to protect all you able-bodied and unable-bodied citizens and cadets. So you're welcome.
I have to admit, that's a flashy laboratory that you have there.
Very top, it's like top of the line. America doesn't do anything second best.
You have the best green screens.
It's real. I don't know why you're saying that. The general's being funny. He likes to play when they get the peach tea in him. When he gets the peach tea in him, things get crazy. You're getting a little crazy.
Unfortunately, I got orange drink. I thought I was mixing peach tea, and I got orange drink. So
that's the problem.
But hey, it's Halloween, so Halloween week. So
can we still get some noises? I mean, I'm hoping that the noises.
I'll eat some licorice later and drink my orange drink.
Okay, as long as we get to hear the noises. Half of the cadets are only here for the noises, so.
I don't think they get into the noises as much as you do. And that might be a TikTok thing. I don't know.
Everyone gets into the noises, General. Absolutely everybody gets into it, especially the New Yorkers.
By the way,
and Yonkers, you're very popular with the noises.
New Yorkers like the noises.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Yes.
If you say so. I wanted to say congratulations to our friend Rory Penland, the man of 1,000 voices, for getting almost 12,000 hits on TikTok on one of his voices that he did on TikTok this week.
He went viral. He absolutely went viral. He crushed it. He's going to be a household name within like maybe 6 days. I give him 6 days to be a household name. So if you know Rory Penland, here's what I'm going to tell people about Hollywood, okay? You got to be friends with Rory now because he's going to remember everybody beforehand. But if you wait till too long, then he's going to think you're just one of the barnacles. In Hollywood, they got a lot of barnacles. And Rory's too smart for that bullshit, Oops, sorry. But I'm in the laboratory and we're encouraged not to swear.
YouTube allows that.
Well, but I just want everyone to know to befriend him, get your autographs, get everything ready because this is how it starts. And then he's going to forget about all of you people who are using him later on. So make sure you're very good friends with him now. That's my personal advice.
You know things about things that go viral. I mean, you know about viruses.
Yeah, this is what we study,
Look at that lab there.
Technology, exactly.
All right. Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a timeline. And again, I have to say up front that spoilers alert, we go through an entire movie. We do a timeline, a slideshow, if you will, of the entire movie. So you're going to see the beginning, the middle, the end. Also, not especially in this case, but a lot of times when we do these shows, you're going to see graphic images. You're going to see gory stuff. It's all movie stuff, mind you, but it's graphic images. So again, this is not for the kiddies, okay? I know it appears to be, but it's not. It's not for the kiddies. So we're going to do the original John Carpenter classic Halloween from 1978, and we got a very special guest with us. This guy used to perform as Michael Myers at Halloween attractions, haunted attractions. I know for one in particular, Skull Kingdom in Orlando. He's played Michael Myers. He is a scare actor. His name is Dana Sampsell. And I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, you did. You got it right there, General.
All right.
How do?
Glad to have you here.
Good to be here.
And that's you actually in your outfit.
That was me the first night I was assigned to that room.
Oh, man. Okay, so
Well,
you're playing Michael Myers here. You got the knife. You got the William Shatner mask.
Exactly, yes.
You got the blue jumpsuit. You're ready to go. And
I realized after I took the picture, I was like, Michael was right-handed. Or was he? Who knows? I think he was ambidextrous.
I find it peculiar that throughout the Michael Myers series, he got the garage outfit, the blue jumpsuit from a guy that he killed in the first movie. It was one of the first kills that he did in the first movie. Yes. Who worked as for a mechanic joint. Mm-hmm. And somehow, I guess they let him keep it on. He wouldn't let him take it off, I guess, when he was in the crazy house. And I shouldn't say that. When he was in, quote, rehab, exactly. He's an inpatient. I guess he didn't want to take it off.
Exactly.
Because he has it in part 4, part 5, part 6, part 10, part 23. He's wearing it in every movie.
And you think over time it may have faded a little bit too.
This is one of the haunted attractions you were at, right?
Yes. This was Skull Kingdom.
Skull Kingdom. Okay. And I see Chucky there. I see Freddy Krueger. I see Cinnabon. Is that what his name is?
Which one? Cinnabon? Hannibal Lecter? Oh,
he's the Cenobite.
Yeah, the one down there.
There we go.
Victim.
And over by Freddy Krueger, there's you, right? As Michael Myers?
That is me. That is me. And I actually, if you see to my right, which I'm actually holding the knife in the right hand that time, I have a Dr. Loomis behind Pinhead.
Oh.
Yes.
You can barely see his little head popping out there.
See him, but yep, he was working in the one room, and there was the section of the house where the clowns were, and Michael was hiding where the clowns were. And as we were done with the group, I'd walk by and look into the group, and Dr. Loomis would say, "Go home, Michael. Go home." And then, of course, the group would go to the next section. Exactly.
He's evil.
Yes.
The blackest eyes.
The devil's eyes.
The devil's eyes, yes. We have Mr. Donald Pleasant.
Exactly. Rest in peace, Donald.
So, okay. Let's go ahead and get to our timeline. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Oh, wait a minute. I am going to be actually making an appearance in Central Florida here. On November the 3rd at the Copper Rocket in Maitland. I just want to say I'm going to be there handing out stickers and flyers for General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. Awesome. If you're in Orlando or Central Florida, you should come out. They're doing a Godzilla thing where they're going to be doing a lot of Godzilla stuff. So I decided to ask them if I could show out, come out, show up, and hand out some flyers. And they were like, cool. So I'll be there. So in the evening.
You should let the mayor know about the Godzilla.
There we go. Yeah. That sounds like a plan. Okay, so Halloween night, 1963, the year before I was born. That's our first shot of the movie. This is our first credit from the film here, and we see the Michael Myers house back in its heyday when it was nice before the murders.
Can I add a little sound?
I'm sorry. Oh, you got your song already set up.
We've got to get it going.
Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Before we continue any further, you have something you want to show us. Am I right?
Which one?
You actually have a collection of
Yes.
different Michael Myers masks. Am I correct?
Yes, that is
This
correct.
shows what a professional you are. There are different stages to Michael Myers' evolution.
Absolutely.
So I see behind you there's the masks. You have how many?
I have
5 or
6.
6 of these? Good Lord, look at that.
Yeah, there's the 6.
Okay, and most of these look like William Shatner.
That is correct.
I remember there was one that kind of looked like Stan Laurel from Laurel and Hardy.
That one I don't have because I'm like
That one you don't have because it doesn't look right.
Exactly.
But I remember that one when it came out. It wasn't the first one, but it was an earlier one. Okay, so that's the first one.
This is the first one that I wore at Skull Kingdom.
Uh-huh.
Nick, the makeup artist, when he was starting out, he doctored this up, so he touched up the cheekbones here, gave a little more pizzazz.
All right.
And as you see,
you're talking about Nix Herrera now.
Nix Herrera, yes.
Now he is actually an award-winning makeup artist. He actually won an award with his team for the makeup artistry that they did for Stranger Things this last season.
So I was one of his practice. We were all his practice people to get his start in his big, awesome career that's taking off fantastically for him.
There you go.
Kudos to Nix. So this is the first mask I wore at Skull Kingdom, and that was back from 2000 to 2002.
Okay.
All right.
And that was the original the original William Shatner mask that was going around the time that the first Halloween movies came out.
Yes, and also Spirit or Spencer Gifts at the time, when they would have their Halloween collection, they called it Chalk Face. They could not call it Michael Myers because of copyright laws. William Shatner did not allow, no, you cannot use my mask right now. I think he finally caved.
You gotta stop using my face.
Exactly.
My face. For your movie horror, for your scary thing.
So then the next one I got was this one.
Now, in the movies, they actually call him the Shape. Am I right?
Right. Yes, exactly.
And Nick Castle played him in this movie, the first one.
1963. Yeah, the 1978 one. It was Nick Castle, which he was actually 5'10", and he was skinny.
Wow.
So hence, when I got statused in Alley, I was doing Michael Myers. I was like, okay, Nick Castle, 5'10", I'm 5'9 3/4", so perfect.
Okay.
So then, whoop.
Whoa, trying to get away from you.
Losing his head, yes. Always losing heads, which Michael lost his head in H2O, thanks to Laurie Strode.
They actually did a riff on that in this last movie that just came out.
Yes.
She pulls the mask off. He doesn't want her to pull the mask off, but she pulls it off because she wants to make sure it's really him underneath.
Exactly.
Amusing.
So good homages to the previous ones. I liked how they did great homage. And his one kill in this one, I don't know if we're giving it away, any spoilers, but it's been a week, 2 weeks now. So, and the one killing with Bob in 1978, he picks him up, stabs him, and he does that to one girl in this one too.
Correct.
So, this is actually a replica of the Resurrection mask, which I thought this one was pretty good. Yeah. And over time, they were always on my head bust forms, so I don't know what's happening just over time. Try to keep them in regular air conditioning so they don't melt.
Try to keep them in shape.
Exactly, in shape, exactly.
Sorry. That's a knee slapper.
There we go.
Okay.
And then my next one, this one was supposed to be, I think, Halloween Kills, or the first 2018 Halloween. And I'm like, okay, when I got it, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure about this one.
What's going on with the hairline on that one?
Yeah, it's very interesting. The hair, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels fake. Not as real as
it looks like Raggedy Andy Michael Myers.
Yeah, exactly. I may do his hair red and maybe do a little red around his lips too. Who knows? And once again, good time.
They're a little top heavy.
Exactly. So that is that one. Now, bear with me too. We adopted a new dog, and so I'm trying to keep an eye on her.
I saw that on your feed today.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You saved another puppy.
Yes, we did. Absolutely. Now, this one here is one of my favorites. I think after William Shatner sold the rights or gave them permission to start using his image again, I got this one at Universal back in 2014 when they did the Halloween house the first time. So this is supposed to represent Halloween 2.
Uh-huh.
So that's my Halloween too. But now time is setting up with this one. It's getting a little cracked and
Oh man.
latex is not holding up. But anyway, it's still a good one. And then
It is the problem with latex masks is they dry out, after a while. So
I don't
like
know,
you
I'll
say, they
just put
crack
that
and they
some-
separate. That's a shame.
Exactly.
I don't buy latex masks anymore.
This mask, this bust form was at Skull Kingdom, and I just added to mine. I just kind of like
That's scarier than the mask.
right, exactly. So maybe we'll just set him up with some body, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Some body.
Set him up on a blue garage outfit. See what happens.
Exactly. See what happens. It's Michael's cousin, Johan.
Johan,
Right?
bring out the gimp.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
So then,
I'm sorry. Cancel culture.
that's all right. I know. Politically correct. Oh, this one I got just this year at Halloween Horror Nights. So this is supposed to be Halloween. I kept his tags on. So this is the original Michael Myers mask from 1978. Supposed to be. I don't know. I think it's still missing something. Yeah, I think it's still missing something, but it looks pretty good overall.
It's definitely got that look.
Yeah.
You definitely need to dirty it up a bit, though. To make it look like a real Michael Myers mask. Do you have one with the burn side of the face?
Not yet. That is in the works.
That's your next one. That'll be number 7.
Yes, that'll be number 7 because then I did go ahead and get Halloween 2018. So this is the 40-year anniversary one.
Oh.
So that one's got all the abuse on it, but it just doesn't have the burn on the side.
There you go.
So there you have it. My current masks. And
awesome.
then my mechanic's outfit is actually in my closet. I forgot to bring that out too, but some trivia on that. One of our colleagues at Skull Kingdom, he would go to the firing range. I said, hey, do me a favor, take this out and shoot it 6 times. So my mechanic's outfit is officially shot 6 times. When you hear Dr. Loomis in Halloween 2, which is fun, crazy fact, he's like, I shot him 6 times. I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. And I was like, well, if you listen to the gunshots, Halloween 2 picks up, it's 7 times. So we'd always joke around, I shot him 6 times. No, wait, 7 times. No, wait, I shot him 6 times.
Wait a minute, a 7-shot revolver? Wait a minute.
A 7-shot revolver in
He
Halloween
must have reloaded
2.
somewhere.
Yeah, and it's supposed to pick up right from Halloween 1. So do the math. Interesting.
That's funny.
Some fun stuff.
See, that's the kind of thing we like to point out on the show is when they make a little continuity gaffe like that.
Yes.
He shot him 12 times with a revolver. Yeah.
Yeah.
We try to point those things out.
There you go.
The fans see it. They got to know,
Oh, absolutely. You should see all the people talking about this new one. Sometimes they're vicious on one another. Whether you like it or you don't, let's not pick on somebody else. If you like it, hey, that's all right. If you don't like it, that's okay too. No big deal.
Yeah, when I watched it, I was like, what the heck? Where is this going?
Exactly. I mean, personally, it was interesting. I do see the point 100%. Like, this was more of a Corey Cunningham movie, a new character that was never in any of the other ones. Like 90% of the movie was Corey Cunningham. The other 10% is Michael and Laurie.
This is why, Friday the 13th part 5, where it wasn't really him.
Right.
Why that didn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're going to do part 6 on Thursday.
Okay.
Which is where they actually brought him back from the dead, which I think was great. And that set up his character for the next, 30 years. So, all right. So inside the house, Michael Myers' older sister, I guess, is doing the Ficky walk on the sofa there. And the guy takes her upstairs for a quickie, and it is a quickie. And by the time that kid grabs a knife, there he goes, grabbing the knife from the kitchen. Do you seriously? You got the kid mask?
I have the kid mask.
The card. So you do have 7 masks.
I have 7 masks now. Yes,
8 masks is the charm. So
and then I'm a sewer also. So I will be studying Michael's child costume at age 6, and I'll be making a replica to his child clown costume.
Oh, that's so funny.
So yes, I do have
and you mentioned there was a clown section at the haunted attraction you were at.
Yes,
people really do think clowns are very scary now.
Oh, they do.
We've talked about this on the show. We're going to do Killer Clowns from Outer Space real soon.
Oh, awesome. I'd love to be a part of that because I can share my clown stories too.
Again, that certainly didn't help matters. People are terrified of clowns now.
Absolutely.
There's so many bad clowns in movies now.
Oh, absolutely. And then this was our, like, if you want, I'd be glad to come back about that and share about my clown.
Oh, there we go.
Clown story.
There we go. Yeah, evil clowns. Yeah, they're just people. That's on everybody's top 10 list now, I think.
Absolutely.
So
anyway.
The kid grabs the knife from the downstairs kitchen drawer, goes upstairs.
And then if I could jump in,
gets the mask, puts it on. Then and this is a really nice touch. I mean, it looks like you're looking through the whole eye holes of the mask, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
And we get a little nudity here with his sister. What are you doing? What are you looking at?
And he was actually stabbing a watermelon at the time.
He was stabbing a watermelon.
And then Deborah Hill was the one who actually reached in the drawer to grab the knife. That was Deborah Hill's hand.
Deborah Hill is the producer. One of the producers.
One of the writers. Yeah. Producers, directors too, I think. I don't know. John Carpenter.
And there he is. Young Michael Myers as a kid in his clown costume and got the blank look as the camera pans out. The black eyes black as coal.
The devil's eyes.
The devil's eyes. So then it says Smith Grove, Illinois. We move to Smith Grove, Illinois. It's October 30th, 1978, day before Halloween. And Smith Grove is where he was shipped off to. Where is Haddonfield, by the way?
Well, according to this movie, it was in Illinois. But there was a Haddonfield, New Jersey, where Deborah and Carpenter were. Yeah,
because this is Smith Grove, Illinois. So he's going over to the next town, I guess. And this is where we meet Michael Myers' psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis, who is now trying to keep him locked up because he thinks he's the devil.
Right.
So he keeps saying that, though, and everybody gives him the look like, okay, yeah, you're a good psychiatrist. Yeah, okay. So they get to the place where Michael Myers is supposed to be, and the prisoners are out and about. They're all over the place. Or I shouldn't say prisoners, the inmates, of the facility. Gotta be, politically correct. And
challenged. We can't say anything else.
Mentally challenged. Michael Myers pulls the nurse that's driving the car out of the car. He almost kills her. Loomis shows up. And
he's gone. He's gone from here.
He's gone. He's taken the car. So, and that's a very important point, because the car is very important in this movie. It shows up, a lot of places where and then oh, it's Michael Myers. And that was the thing about this film is there's not really a lot of blood in this, but there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of
suspense.
Suspense. Yeah, that's a better word. When you see his shoulder pop into a shot of the back of his head, and he's wearing that mask, Yeah. So here is Laurie Strode, the first shot we get of her coming out of her house. Her dad, I guess, is a realtor. She sets up that she's going to be babysitting this kid that night. And that's Halloween night. It's the 31st. So they're going to carve pumpkins and such. So then she goes off. They both go off to school. What they don't know is Michael Myers is watching.
Can we make a jack-o'-lantern? Can we watch TV? Will you read to me? Sure. And then this
all the lines by heart.
I do.
The entire script.
All alone, just the two of us. So if you don't mind me jumping in, I'll be glad to do a little verbatim there.
Not at all. I think it's amusing that you are the understudy to everybody in this movie.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like 30, 40 times.
Yeah. That's why we picked you for this show, because you're an expert.
Love it. I love it.
All right, so this is a great shot of his shoulder, looking at Laurie going off. Now, up to this point, Jamie Lee Curtis hadn't really done much. She was on an episode of Columbo as a waitress about this time with black hair. I've got a picture of that somewhere, and unfortunately, I didn't think to put that in here. And again, I always thought she was like kind of thin and scrawny until I watched this week, and I was like, you know what? No, I guess she's ample body, I guess. Not that I was, looking, overtly. So she looks out the window. I'm going to try to get myself out of this here now. And there he is across the street. There's the car, the station wagon with the special sign on the door, that says this is the rehabilitation center. And he's got the mask on and he's watching her in class. And then he's gone. And then the kids are picking on the little boy, and he falls on his pumpkin, crushes it. And
you know what happens on Halloween? Yeah, we get candy. The boogeyman is coming. The boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman.
They're all saying it. Okay, now we get to Michael. Of all the phone booths and all the places between, these two Illinois towns, he goes to exactly the one where the truck is. And he calls and says, hey, Michael Myers is there. I know he's coming home. There's going to be a bloodbath. He's crazy. He's the devil. And I'm on my way. I'm going to be there soon. So, keep an eye out. And then he finds a truck that's open right behind that phone booth. And he doesn't see the body in the bushes. But he does see Michael Myers' outfit from the hospital. So he knows that Michael Myers has taken another outfit and that he's on his way to Haddonfield. This kind of confirms it for him. Then we meet the other two girls, including PJ Souls. Sorry, I always do that. And she's naughty, she's just naughty. They're talking about getting together that night. The boys is coming around and all that. And you know what teenage girls, high school girls do. So even though they're all probably in their late 20s, early 30s. And the car drives by again, the station wagon with the sign on the door. And Rory sees it. It's the same one she saw outside the window. And then she turns around and boom, runs into her friend's dad, who is the local police guy.
Well, actually, before they leave, Annie yells to Michael, hey, jerk, speed kills. And then he slams on the brakes, and they're like, can't you take a joke?
He does.
And then they both leave, leaving Rory alone, and then she's walking, and all of a sudden, boom.
She bumps into him. Yeah. Now, this guy is actually in also The Fog, which was Carpenter's next big movie. He plays the guy in the radio station. He plays the guy that tells the radio station girl, which is Adrienne Barbeau, about the weather, the fog coming in, that kind of thing. So he's been some other John Carpenter projects. I don't know the actor's name. I'm sorry. And she goes home. She sees Michael out back, looking ominous through the laundry.
Give us dirty laundry. Put it down.
Loomis goes out to the local cemetery, not sure why, to check again to see if Michael may have shown up at his mother's grave, maybe. And the local caretaker there is actually a British actor that's done a lot of character work in a lot of movies. And they go to the gravesite, and the headstone is gone. Michael Myers' mother's headstone is gone.
Michael Myers' sister.
Or sister, I'm sorry.
Judith
sister.
Myers. Yep. He came home.
Judith Myers. So, yeah. I guess the parents were still alive, but they moved somewhere else. Maybe.
Exactly.
So, but there it is. It's gone. It's disappeared, and they don't know what the hell's going on. So, Rory and her friend drive by, and her father's there at the local store, and he says that some things have been stolen, including a Halloween mask,
a couple of knives, and some rope.
Yeah, there you go. And Loomis shows up right after that, and they talk. And the car is right across the street. So when they part ways, the car drives right past the back of Dr. Loomis. He doesn't even see it. So this is kind of a Bugs Bunny moment where, where they're doing a little hocus pocus where, he doesn't see what he's supposed to see. So it's nighttime. And it's the house. This is the house that Annie was babysitting. Annie is the friend's name. Yeah, this is Annie's house, and she's going to be babysitting. Oh, no, this is the Michael Myers house. No. They go inside.
Now they're in Michael Myers' house here in this one.
Yeah.
But the killings take place in the babysitter's house that Annie's watching Lindsay's parents' house.
Correct, Annie. There you go. Okay, so they're in the Michael Myers house looking, and, they really don't find anything. So he says, but I know he's going to come back here, so we're going to hang out here. And the police guy goes off, but he leaves Dr. Loomis there to look out. Now, outside Rory looks out and she sees a strange figure in front of Annie's house. And we get a lot of things where, he's moving around the house and he's watching Annie from outside. She spills popcorn butter, I think, all over her outfit.
Popcorn butter, yeah.
Yeah, she has to change into a white man's shirt, and she tries to go wash her laundry in the outside laundry room behind the house.
The 70s.
And all the time, Michael Myers is close by, and we know this. So there she is going out to the laundry room there. And, he's making noises and stuff, and she's looking out the door. Who is it? Who's playing a joke? And then she gets a call from her boyfriend who says, I want you to come over. So she says, I'll take Lindsay across the street. And, Rory will watch her. She can babysit both of them, and I'll pay her back. And
real cute, Annie.
Yeah. So she had to change into something else. So, yeah, Annie tells her she's going off, and Annie gets into the car, and the windows are all steamed up in Annie's car. And Michael Myers is in the backseat. So we get our second victim. Annie's the second victim, right? The truck driver is the first.
Yep, the mechanic, yep, and then Annie's the second
one. And then Annie's the second one. So she
and
dies.
Fun fact, when she goes to the door, it's locked, right? No keys, and she's singing "My Paw," and no keys. So she goes back into the house, gets the keys, and then she comes back. The door's unlocked. She gets in, and that's when she starts doing the stuff on the window, like, what's going on? And then Michael, yeah.
So he must have figured out a way to pick the lock.
Exactly.
So, but again, that tips us off that he's going to be in there because it's open now. Again, he does that a lot. He'll open a door and leave it open, so he's in, or a window will be open. The curtain will be blowing, and you'll know, Michael's in there. So okay, so the little kid is playing a joke on Lindsay, and he looks across the street and he sees Michael Myers carrying the body into the house, Annie, and he freaks out. The boogeyman's out there. Rory comes out. No, he's not. There's no such thing as a boogeyman. Blah 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 blah. So those kids, I think it's the same kids that were teasing our boy that Annie's watching. They go to the Michael Myers house. Go in, I dare you, I dare you. So I bet you know all the lines.
You ready?
Yes.
Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Well, that's the Loomis line.
That's Dr. Loomis, yep.
Get your ass away from there. He sounds like a pirate when he does it. And then he turns around and the cop's watching him. Oh, my God, sorry. Did you see that? How long have you been there? Come on, seriously. So he's like, are you sure you want to stay here all night? I don't think he's coming, that kind of thing. He's not convinced. But he agrees to keep an eye on the neighborhood while Loomis is still here. So, and then PJ Souls and her boyfriend show up.
Bob and Linda.
And they're drinking. And they show up at Annie's house. And they go in. The place is open. And Rory sees them go in. And they call each other. And they make themselves at home. And they're going to do the Ficky Waka, That's there you go, bad jazz. So yeah, she's talking to her on the phone. She goes, "Oh yeah, well Annie said she was going to go get her boyfriend. She'll be there soon." Blah blah blah. We all know what's going on.
Lindsay's gone for the night.
Here's the thing.
That's awesome.
Here's the thing. I know it's Halloween and all, but to put a burning pumpkin next to your bed inside the house, kind of weird.
You can go back to that line. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare. Who knows?
So,
who knew?
The quintessential smoke after the Ficky Waka. And he decides he's going to go down to the kitchen and find if there's anything to eat in the fridge.
Go give me a beer. I want a beer.
Is he looking for beer?
He's looking for beer.
He's looking for beer.
I thought you give me a beer. Oh yeah, yeah. Give me a beer.
God, I have a friend who does that with old Batman episodes. He can quote huge chunks of old Batman dialogue from those shows as Adam West.
Awesome.
The Joker's mind is twisted. Everything he says is the opposite of what he means. So, and I love that. I do. I love that. So I can't see this here, but Michael Myers jumps out and stabs him to a door. Here, sometimes the slides are so dark. Yeah, there he goes, picking him up. He's lifting him up high off the ground, which means he has superhuman strength to lift a person up like that so easily.
For a 21-year-old, 1978.
So he stabs him to the door, basically, just sticks him to the door.
He got the point.
Yeah, and then we see the hose curl, and he sits there, and this is the Michael Myers thing that they try to do in every movie. Every director decides they want to do a homage to this, where he twists his head to one side and to the other like he's curious.
Admiring his work.
Isn't that nice?
Proud of that one, if I do say so myself.
But it's like Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed in every movie.
Right, exactly.
You get tired of it after a while. Oh yeah, the pearl necklace. God Almighty. You get tired of it. I applaud any Batman movie that doesn't put the Thomas and Martha Wayne scene in it. It was interesting the first time, but hey. Right. Okay, so she's waiting, for him to come back
with the beer.
Mike Myers shows up with a sheet over himself and the guy's glasses. And we know what it is, and it's creepy. And of course, he doesn't talk.
And then, like what you see? Well, can I get your ghost, Bob? Well, come on, where's my beer?
Yeah, I cropped that shot.
Right, yeah.
I try to keep the nudity out of the show. I don't know why, but
right,
because we show the blood. We show the blood and guts.
Right. Well, we got to be politically correct.
So there it is. I probably just do that because I don't want it to be obvious. That I'm I don't want to use women's bodies the way they do in these films.
Right.
Mostly.
Thank you.
I try to blot it out or crop it. Try to be respectful. PJ Souls, there was a reason why PJ Souls was very popular, in the late 70s and the early 80s. She was also in Stripes and several other movies. So she tries to make a call, I guess, to Annie, I think it is.
Yes.
And he strangles her with the phone cord. So we got our third body in this. And Rory tries to call. Doesn't get through. And pretty soon here, I think Loomis is going to find the car. He's going to find the station wagon, and then he's going to realize he's here. He's here. Okay, so Michael Myers. Oh, Michael Myers picks up the phone. That's right. And he's breathing.
Right after he strangles him, he hears Lori. Annie, Linda, come on. Is this a joke?
Okay. Clear something up for me. Why is it that Michael Myers is so interested in killing Lori? So that this thing between the two of them.
So here's the thing. In a drunken stupor after Halloween 2, John Carpenter decided to make them brother and sister while he was drunk. Okay. And then I heard that he regretted that afterwards.
I thought that's what happened. I thought that like in part 2 or part 3 or something. No, not part 3. Part 3 was Season of the Witch. Part 2 or part 4, we find out that Lori was actually like a relative.
Right. Part 2 is when they came out with that.
He wants to kill his relatives.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Now the whole movie was based on a babysitter killer base. That's it. And then, like I said, John Carpenter, drunken stupor, said, "You know what? They're brother and sister." And then they wrote it in part 2. And then here's an interesting thing too. When Halloween came on TV 2-3 years later, because that was the norm, they needed more time. So if you find one of those movies that have the extra pieces in it, you will find Dr. Loomis go in front of the doctors at the institution stating his case, why Michael should be transferred out, should stay there. And then after Michael escapes, Dr. Loomis goes back to the institution, goes up to Michael's room and finds the room ransacked, and Michael wrote the word sister on the wall behind the door.
Huh.
So they kind of tied it in with Halloween 2. But that
so
was
he escaped because he found out he had another sister. Are you still there? Uh-oh, I think we lost him. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully we'll get him back. Hopefully he comes back in. But yeah, I always wanted to clear that. I thought that I had seen that earlier, that Rory was actually a sister, I guess, who they gave up for adoption. And he found that out somehow. And this is what has been fueling him, you know. And there's another little girl that he was going after in like part 4 and 5, I think, when Michael Myers returns, and, you know, Curse of Michael Myers, that kind of thing. In any case, yeah, this is what fuels him. Is that he if he has any relatives, he's going to want to kill them. So, and I won't say any more than that, because I don't want to give away anything from the end of this recent movie that just came out a couple weeks ago. Halloween Ends.
Whoops.
There he is. Okay,
I'm
he's
back.
back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just was talking about the Rory being a relative thing again. So to it.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. What they did was in Halloween 2, they made them brother and sister. And then in 4, 5, and 6, they continue that scenario. But then 4, 5, and 6, Rory died because Jamie Lee Curtis did not want to play Laurie Strode again. And then that's that timeline. There's 3 different timelines. Then you go to Halloween 20, which was 1998. Jamie Lee Curtis reprises a role as Laurie. And in that one, she changed her name, faked her death, moved to California, came on as a headmistress, Carrie Tate. I think her name was Carrie Tate. And then she had Josh Hartnett as a son in that movie. And then at the end of that one, she cuts off Michael's head, thinking that's the end of him. But then Resurrection pops back up where Michael changed outfits.
Right.
And Michael crushed his larynx so he couldn't speak. And that's where Laurie went insane and was in the mental institution. Michael finds her there and kills her. That was the end of Resurrection. 2018 is the 40-year anniversary of Halloween. And then in that one, they said that it was just a fable that was made up. They were not related. Which for me, I was kind of like, why would he keep going after her? Just because he killed her friends and that was it? He wanted to finish the friendships off? I think it was better when they were brother and sister.
Yeah, okay. All right. So where does the little girl from part 4 and 5 come in?
So
isn't she a relative too?
Yes, she is Laurie's daughter, Jamie. I think it's Jamie. Yes, she is actually Laurie's daughter, who survived. Laurie was killed in a car accident. They're all killed in a car accident, but Jamie survived, and Michael's going after her because she's family.
Right.
So 4, 5, and 6, he keeps pursuing her, and then I guess in 6 he actually kills her.
So in this latest movie, Halloween Ends, that girl that is her daughter, that's Jamie?
So no, it's not even Jamie. They ignore everything from 4, 5, and 6. They pick up from the first one, 1978. They ignore all the other ones. It's 40 years later from 1978. Michael's in the institution, and then he's being transferred. The bus crashes, and Laurie has a daughter and a granddaughter, and the daughter's like doesn't want to.
That's right. She's a granddaughter.
Yeah, so she has a granddaughter, Allison. So yeah,
very confusing.
Everything at 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, this one happened in Bizarro World.
Exactly, it's timeline. So it's a third timeline. It's another timeline.
Laurie stuck in the multiverse.
Exactly, but she's still aging at 61 now. 61.
That means a Michael Myers from another multiverse could come back. Oh no!
Exactly. Who knows? Flashback 80. Picture it. 1980.
I hope he kills Corey before he comes back. Anyway, sorry, yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
Spoilers, who knows?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said
dead
it.
or is he dead?
So Loomis sees the car finally, and he sees, that it's the car, and he knows now that Michael is somewhere close by, within a couple of blocks, probably. So, and there it is. So
actually, he also hears he starts walking around and he hears Tommy and Lindsay come running out of the house.
You're right. Well, that doesn't happen yet.
Yeah, this scene is actually Lori's like, "What's going on over there? Let me go check it out," because they're not answering the phone and saw the lights go on and off. So Lori decides to go investigate.
So she goes over there. Yeah, she walks over, and that's when she starts to the bodies start falling out of places.
What's going on over there, Linda? Bob? Annie?
and the kitchen door is conveniently open for her to come in.
Right.
So she can't get into the front door, but she can get into the kitchen door in the back. And she goes upstairs.
Bob? Annie? Come on, guys. This isn't a joke.
Anytime a character in one of these movies says, "Come on now, this isn't a joke," you know shit's going to go down bad. Right? It's not going to be good.
Hashtag shit gets real.
Okay, so she finds Annie in the bed with Judy Meyer's headstone at the top, and the pumpkin inside, which was already set there. Michael Myers didn't even have to do that. I said Jason. Michael Myers didn't even have to do that.
Oh,
it's like, oh, cool. They already set that up for me. And oh my God! Reaction shot. This is why Jamie Lee Curtis became so famous in these movies. She did really good at reactions and screams in all of these movies.
Absolutely.
She was the penultimate scream queen. And there's Bob falling out from the ceiling. I don't know why he rigged him up to fall down from the ceiling, but there it is.
Just want him to hang out. I'm just hanging around. Good one, right? I'll be here.
PJ Souls is in the cabinet. I love the cross-eyed look that she does in this. I could definitely see them laughing between takes on that one. And I think she goes out to the hall, freaks out. Yeah, and then we get the shot of Michael Myers coming out of the dark from that room next to her, and he slashes her arm. He cuts her arm. She actually falls down the stairs, miraculously doesn't die, doesn't break her neck. She is a survivor, and there he is coming down the stairs, or he's looking down the stairs.
Dun 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 dun.
Ding 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 ding. No, wait a minute. That's the fog. That's the fog music.
No, you were right. That was part of it too.
Was that?
That was part of it.
He did the music. Carpenter did the music for this and the fog.
Yep.
Him and Alan Howarth.
Alan Howarth?
Yeah. I think was the name of the other guy that helped him to do the synthesizer music for these. She grabs a hanger.
Yep. And isn't it crazy how it was
no, she breaks
Michael to run down, grab the rake, and put the rake there to block the door from opening.
So yeah, she had to break it. And he's getting close.
Missed her by that much.
So she's running around. I love this. She's running around, banging on doors, yelling, "Help me, help me, help me." People come to the front window. They see her. They shut the lights off. It's like, I don't want to get involved.
Somebody please help me.
So nice furniture on the porch.
Yeah. Right. And what a lovely window accent there. Pay no attention to the booty.
Nice bit of tension here. Him walking across the street, and you can see him in between takes. They shoot back to her. They shoot back to him. They shoot back to her. He's getting closer. He's getting closer.
Oh, the keys.
So,
keys. Tommy, open the door. Tommy.
She throws a potted plant up to the window upstairs to wake up the kids. He's getting closer. And she's like, open up. He's there. Okay, so they let her in. And now she's like, okay, Boogeyman's out there. Time to admit you're right. The Boogeyman's here. Go upstairs, lock yourself in.
Shoot, the phone's dead.
The phone is dead. There's one thing about the Jason and Michael Myers. They know to cut the phone line right away.
Yep, it's in the script.
Jason does the same thing. And Thursday, you'll see he does the same thing. He cuts the phone lines before you get a chance to call. They got that part down. So she is in the living room next to knitting needles, conveniently.
You never know when you need a knit.
She grabs a knitting needle, and he reaches over the sofa and grabs her, and she pops a knitting needle into the side of his neck. And he falls down, supposedly dead. She looks over the sofa. She has his knife now. She has his knife. She sees that he's on the floor, that he's supposedly dead. He's not moving. He's got a thing sticking, or no, he pulled the stick out of his neck, but he looks dead. So what does she do? She drops the knife on the floor.
You think you got the point? Sorry.
Knee slapper. My daughter said that somebody said that in a class that she did today. The math teacher was making math jokes, and so one of the kids said, "Oh, that's a knee slapper." I thought that was so funny that a kid from today's generation, a kid would say that.
There's hope. There is hope.
So I'm going to be using that on the show for weeks. I know it.
Love it.
So there you can see the knife that she dropped on the carpet on the floor. Now, this is important because he's got more than one knife. Either there's a continuity gaffe here or he's got more than one knife on him. Because they do a shot of this scene without her in it, and the knife is still on the floor at the end of the movie.
The very end.
Yeah, at the very end of the movie, there's a shot of this living room area, the knitting needle stuff, and that knife is still there. So that means he must have found another knife somewhere else, or he must have had another knife on him. Right. Or continuity gaffe.
He's got a magic mechanics outfit that it can pull out everything. Hey, Rocky, why don't you pull a rabbit out of my hat, my pocket? Look at that. Put it on my sleeve. Presto.
The magic
magic mechanics outfit.
Yeah, mechanics outfit. There we go. We'll just go for that.
MC.
Okay, so Rory tells the kids, "Get out of here. Go run. Go get help. He's dead."
Oh, no, babies. I want you to go down the street and we get under the Wallace's house.
And there he is.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
The boogeyman's there. Run. So
I'm going to go hide in the closet.
She puts herself in the closet. She's hoping that he will think that she's gone out the window out the back, but no, he's too smart. He hears her breathing, and he goes into the closet, turns on the light, which is smart, so he can see better. And she pokes him in the eye with a coat hanger. No more wire hangers. Knocks the light out. He does a little Frankenstein thing, and then falls on the floor.
Drops the knife and stabs him.
And he drops the knife.
And she does one big, gets him again. He falls down. Fall down, go boom.
And she drops the knife again. You think she would have learned the first time.
Right.
So she tells the kids, go run downstairs, go get help. Come on, man, bring help back. He's dead. But you said that the last time, lady. But they run outside. Again, Loomis sees them. And of course, we get the famous scene. This one, I remember seeing this in a movie theater, and the crowd freaking out completely when he sits up like that.
That is a really classic.
The slow head turn to her.
That's a good classic move. Like, wow, yeah. It's just like, oof.
And he's done it so many times since then. But yeah, they run out, and Loomis hears the kids, sees the kids running around asking for help, and he runs in with his gun.
And as you get older, it's tougher to do that too. I know from experience.
Oh, you mean the getting up, the
like
sitting
that?
Up with the
without giving yourself an oomph.
So this is why they hired Donald Pleasance. Some people say he's the best Blofeld from the James Bond movies.
Okay.
I'm partial between him and Charles Gray. Telly Savalas is no slouch, but
no. Give me.
And of course, there's Christoph Waltz. So Michael comes out. He grabs at Laurie. She grabs his mask and pulls it off, and he's freaking out. And
which is not Nick Castle. That is Tony Moran. Which is brother to Aaron Moran, which was on Happy Days.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's an interesting fact.
Tony Cunningham. So that's her brother.
Tony Moran.
Yep.
Now, does he have some kind of prosthetic or something on his top of his face to make his eyes look black like that? Or
Yeah, you'll see his eye kind of like they have a prosthetic on his eye because she poked him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he looks a little I don't know, damaged.
Yeah, just a little. There you go. There you go. That's Tony Moran. You see?
And there we go. Yeah. He wasn't. Nick Castle was never. You never saw his face.
No. He has a cameo in Halloween Ends.
Oh, interesting.
And he's actually not wearing anything except for like he's an old man in the bar, and Ford bumps into him, and he opens his jacket. Like what you see in another homage to Linda.
That's funny.
PJ Souls.
I'll have to watch that again now just to see that. That's funny.
You go. Yeah, I just learned that too. Like that was Nick Castle unmasked. Wow, he actually had a cameo.
Now you would think that they would let him be the unmasked at the end of the movie.
Right? Absolutely. And then
Anyway.
he does have little cameos as Michael in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I think he may have had one or two cameos, but you don't know whether it's him or James Jude Courtney.
Ah,
The shape.
all right.
So yeah, back to Tony Moran here.
Yeah.
Taking off his mask. He's
Okay.
like, what the?
And then Loomis shows up, shoots him in the hallway the first time, right?
Yep, shoots him once there.
Okay.
And he's just standing there like, what? You got more? Come on, give it to me. Give me more. And then 5 more. Boom.
There we go. And she's freaking out. And yeah, there we go. That's the look that he's giving him. Like, you want to give me more? But he's breathing heavy. Like he's been shot in the lung or something.
I shot him one time. I shot him one time right now. And then pretty soon I'm going to shoot him 5 more times.
Well, we were kidding at the front that she shot 7 times. Am I right?
Well, that's when Halloween 2 starts. In the beginning of Halloween 2, it picks up right at this scene here.
Uh-huh.
So in Halloween 2, you hear him shoot him 7 times.
Oh, okay. So Halloween 2 was the gaff.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So there's the shot. I always like when I try to get a picture, a screenshot for the timeline, I try to get it with the actual spark from the gun.
Awesome. I like that. That's perfect.
So you can see the actual shot. And by doing that, I mean, there was a movie that we did a couple of weeks ago. It was clearly evident. Oh, it was Terror Vision. It was clearly evident that the gunshots were put in with they did some kind of computer animation. I mean, this was before CGI, but they did some kind of computer animation for the gunshots.
Oh,
they scratched the film or something.
Oh, okay.
Because the kid is shooting a gun, and obviously you don't want to have a kid shooting a gun, really.
Now
even if it's got blanks in it.
Now you look at this picture, it looks kind of like they did that too. They kind of whited it out right there.
Yeah, it looks like a sparkler.
Yeah. Hey, who can tell me?
Okay, shoots him through the window. Out he goes.
Da, 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 da. I'm sorry, another timeline.
He shoots him out the window. Over the thing he goes. And we see him, or Loomis first sees him on the ground, not moving, which, again, we've done this like 3 or 4 times in the movie already. He's not moving. Okay, he must be dead. And then he disappears.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
There he is. So just knock the wind out of him. You just knock the wind out of him with that knitting needle in the neck. You just knock the wind out of him with that hanger in the eye.
And the 6 times being shot. Just knock the wind out.
You just knock the wind out of him with those 6 shots.
Oh, you can't. I can take more. More? Did you say more?
So she is like, it was a boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
And he's just like, yes, he was.
As a matter of fact, he was.
He was. Ding, 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 ding. There it is. Yeah, can't do too much of that because we'll get a copyright.
Oh, okay, we do not own the rights. We do not own the rights to this music.
Just a few seconds.
We do not own the rights to that music.
Well, there he is. He's gone now. I killed him. I shot him 8 times.
Or 22. Was it 22?
With my eight shot revolver. I put in another clip. And then he looks down there and he's gone. There's just mud and tree roots and shit. And she's crying because she knows it's not over. And he looks serious because he knows it's not over. And the house there's a knife on the floor.
There's the knife.
I told you. And I don't know why they show all the houses. It's like a real estate commercial. Come to Haddonfield, buy a house.
Brought to you by Strode Realty.
There you go. There's the knife. And that's her house, right?
Nope, that's the one she babysat. No. She was babysitting Tommy Wallace, I think.
Oh, that's Tommy Wallace's house.
Yeah, I think that was Wallace.
Oh, well, the parents are going to be pissed.
No, Tommy Doyle. That's the Doyle's house.
Doyle.
Doyle, yeah, Tommy Doyle. That's what it is, because they ran down to the Wallace house.
Well, that could have been worse. They could have had Cody as a babysitter.
There you go.
I'm not going to say any more than that. And there's Annie's house.
That was the babysitter, Lindsay's house.
Lindsay's the kid, right?
Lindsay was the girl, yeah, that Annie was supposed to babysit.
Oh, my God. So they did all of this crap, or Michael did all of this crap in both the babysitters' houses. Oh, man, they're going to be pissed.
Exactly. That's what's better to do,
Dead
Michael.
bodies everywhere? Really?
Oh, that could bring us another topic for student bodies.
I'm going to kill that babysitter. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's the Michael Myers house.
Yes.
And that's it. That's the whole shebang. So we are at just an hour. So I want to thank you for coming on. I had a fun time. And again, when we do Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I'll bring you back.
All right. Oh, great.
Since you are an expert on that movie too.
We'll share some clown stories, because I have a good one from that one night after work. It was fun.
All right. Very good.
15 minutes of fame and Fangoria.
Which one is you now?
I was, where's my finger? I was this one over here with the red hair.
The one on the left.
Yeah, this guy.
Okay.
This guy over here.
That guy. Okay, cool.
This one down here was Ivan. This was This was Bill's brother. What was his name? Tom, I think. Tom, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that was Big Dave. Big Dave. He always called him Bobo the clown. Bobo like relations. Bobo the clown.
Oh man. Okay, so thank you again. Major Hazzard, are you up now?
Yes, I'm there, of course.
Are you still in the lab?
I'm still, actually, I'm outside of the lab. So
you're outside of the lab. I like your laboratory, by the way. Were you the one behind creating Michael's demise and his evil spiritness with the concoctions or something?
But I have to, it's like no comment, because we do, top secret stuff over here. So I don't want to deny or confirm.
All right. No deny, no confirm. Good answer. Good answer. I like that.
Well, thank you very much.
We'll talk off screen. We'll talk later.
We'll
do coffee talk. Let's do coffee talk.
Get you some coffee. I'll get you a beer. We're going to have a good time.
Perfect.
I just finished my drink. Perfect.
Good for Clint.
I'm a little bit clubbed.
She's going to want to have you back regular.
I love it.
You're talking her language.
I love it. I get spinners and I think the zoinkas.
He speaks my language.
He's talking your language.
Talking. And we'll go out for some borscht and we'll have a nice little talk. It'll be wonderful.
Oh my gosh, I make borscht. How did you know I make borscht? It's gonna be the best borscht you've had in your life. It's so exciting. We'll have some borscht. We'll have some sauerkraut. I'll make a whole big feast.
Sauerkraut too? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Let's do it.
It's awesome. I love it. It's gonna be totally awesome. I'm so excited. I'm blushing. I wish you could see me.
We'll have some gefilte fish too. Gotta have some.
Yeah, there you go.
She must have taken her lab coat off. She doesn't want me to see her without her lab coat on.
You don't want to see that. No, it's against regulations, so I don't want to go against reg.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming and watching General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. Thank you, Major Hazzard, for keeping everything rolling smoothly. Thank you, Dana Sampsell, scare actor extraordinaire, for coming on the show.
Great to be
talking
here.
a little Michael Myers with us and quoting quite a few lines.
Oh, I can, verbatim. I know. I hope we're okay with that.
Can you? I love it. Can you quote Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Give me 1 second here.
A few. Okay. Maybe a few. All right. Well, it'll give you time to work on it. We won't be bringing that up for another maybe a month or so. So we'll give you time to work on it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Keep an eye out for those monsters.